Katie Florio and Ashley Hodge here from the Clemson Insider at Monday's Student Roundtable. And today we spoke to several players and offensive coordinator Jeff Scott about this past weekend's victory against Boston College. Clemson obviously won 34-7, and then the challenge they have coming up this weekend as they travel to Blacksburg for another top 15 matchup against Virginia Tech. Now, Ashley, you heard from Adam Choice today as he talked about, the running back buzz that is going on. What did you take away from that?
Right. Well, Jeff Scott talked a little bit about this too, how they have 4 running backs in the position: Adam Choice, Tavian Feaster, Etienne, and CJ Fuller. And he's a veteran guy, and so one of the questions that someone asked him was, is he bothered by this? Is he bothered by the buzz of Travis Etienne and Tavian Feaster, because he's not really getting any acknowledgments or anything like that? And he said that he's not bothered by it, but it's just a heavy competition, and they're all trying to get that starting position or get as many plays as they can in the game. So he's not bothered by it. He thinks that they all complement each other really well and that they're working together, and if one guy comes out, the next one is ready, because they've been communicating the whole time on the field, on the sidelines, about what to expect when you do get that chance to play. So I think that overall he's not bothered by it. He's just going to continue to grind and continue to compete with those 2 guys, and maybe he will get the acknowledgments that he obviously would like to get.
And then also today, Tanner Muse spoke a little bit about a comment that Coach Venables made, how maybe the defense hasn't, found their identity yet, and he didn't seem to 100% agree with that statement. What was, his opinion on that?
Right. I think that the main thing that he was trying to get from us, or get out of this, was that there's only been 4 games. It's not really halfway through the season yet, and that they're still trying to work out a few kinks. They all love each other. He exactly said that, in that, the identity might be to not flinch, and when something goes wrong or something isn't exactly as they expect, they might not handle it right exactly, like as soon as it happens, but they always respond well. And so Tanner Muse was really trying to hint at, they're responding really well, they're working together, but they're not getting the exact identity of being all in all the time that Coach Venables expects from them.
And then, as we just mentioned earlier, this weekend is going to be one of, if not the biggest challenge for Clemson this season. And Jeff Scott said today that, Virginia Tech has one of the best defenses, led by one of the best defensive coordinators, Bud Foster, who Scott said has one of the best defensive minds in college football. So this weekend will really, really be a challenge for them.
Right, this is going to be a huge challenge. We saw them in the ACC matchup last year, how great their team is in comparison, and it's going to be an 8 o'clock night game under the lights, college game day. It's going to be a huge atmosphere for them. And Clemson's kind of used to this. They're used to having these big primetime games throughout the season. So I think it's going to be really exciting to see what Coach Sweeney and his team is able to do.
Keep up with the Clemson Insider as we continue full coverage this week, tomorrow with Coach Sweeney's press conference, and then more player interviews as well.